So when I line up for a bunker shot, for this purpose of this, we're going to go for that one that's about 10 feet out there, maybe 15 feet out there. One thing that I like to do first is I like to get a little balance. So for me, I'm usually about shoulder width, and I like to dig in a little bit. The other thing is, for me, I like the ball, in relative to my stance, I like it pretty close to the middle. Okay, so one thing that we're going to talk about a little bit is the bounce. Okay, and so obviously we're using a sand wedge because that sand wedge, hopefully, will thump that sand and then bounce out of the sand, right? And so I like to dig in. I like to be in about the middle of my stance. One thing, just for practice purposes, I like to think about, put this little picture in my head. It's called the dollar bill picture, okay? And so I draw a dollar bill, okay? And usually I draw it with about a third of it on this side of the ball, closest, right? And then the other 2/3 at the end, okay? And so that little dollar bill kind of is in my head. Now obviously we can't draw that out on the golf course. But what I like to think about is I'm going to enter that sand on a standard line, normal bunker shot. I'm going to enter that sand and exit that sand no longer than that dollar bill length, okay? And so I like to dig in. Personally, how I like to line up, if I'm going for that target, I like to aim just a little bit left, right? And so if I have an open stance to the left, you guys understand that we can't have a square club face. We're probably going to have to open this club face up a little bit to make sure that we're aimed right at our target. Does everybody understand that? Okay. So if we're opening up to the left there and we have an open club face, now we're back to hopefully aiming at our target. Okay? It's not something you need to do, but that's something that I'm comfortable with. Okay? And then as far as when I actually hit the shot, I like to make sure there's two things that are key. I thump that sand, I enter, I exit, and when I exit, I end up on my left foot. For me, it's my left front foot. Sorry, lefties. It's front foot every time, okay? So, line up, aiming for that target. Hopefully I'll thump it. And it'll roll up there close to the hole.